SBR Videos is sponsored by Sports Cash System. Click on the link below for more information. UFC 168 here at SBRForum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak, and we're talking right now with returning guest Nick Kalikas, professional MMA odds maker. His website is MMAoddsbreaker.com. We're also talking with MMA analyst for MMAoddsbreaker.com, Brad Taschuk. All right, guys, now let's get into Miesha Tate, Ronda Rousey. You know, of course, Rousey, an enormous favorite. Right now, the line I'm seeing at 5 dimes is minus 800. Tate is plus 550 on the other side. You know, we know the deal here. Rousey has a sick armbar. Is it worth a bet at minus 800? I don't know. Maybe it's a pass. If I had to make a play on the side here, yeah, I'd take Rousey at minus 800. What do you think, Brad Taschuk?
Yeah, I think that the money that's coming in on Miesha Tate, because we have seen the line come down a little bit, is sort of dead money. And this is what we see a lot when you're getting fights that are hyped up a lot, or fights that are hyped through the Tough series or the prime times that they used to do. The UFC does a really good job of making it seem like these fights are competitive when they're really not. And you know, we saw in the first fight, Miesha had Ronda's back for about 30 seconds or so, and other than that, it was all Rousey in that fight. And Miesha might survive a little bit longer in this fight, but I think it's going to be the same outcome. She's going to end up getting that arm torqued on a little bit and end up tapping out.
All right, why do you think that she is likely to survive a little bit more in this fight? Because right now the total, the under 1.5 rounds is minus 195 at 5 dimes.
Yeah, and I'm not sure it's even going to make it 1.5 rounds. I just think that one thing I've been sort of eyeing for Rousey's last fights but haven't pulled the trigger on is not Ronda Rousey in round 1. Because we're seeing those Rousey in round 1 props are getting to negative money. They're being the favorited outcome. So, Miesha's been in there with her already. She sort of knows what to expect. So I think she might be able to fend off an armbar or two like she was able to do in the first fight. And I think this one might get to the second round before Rousey gets the tap.
All right, Nick Kalikas, where'd you open this line and where has the money been coming in?
I opened around minus 1,000. So the line really got a little bit tighter. I mean, not much movement, down to 800 or so. When you get to that certain point as far as breaking in odds, I mean, a little bit of movement seems like a lot, but it's really not that much. So line has been being supported both ways. I mean, a lot of people are coming in, putting Ronda Rousey in parlays, of course, not surprised. And a lot of people are taking some straight action on the underdog here, thinking that Miesha Tate might pull off the kind of miracle upset here. So that's what you want to see in a spot like this, especially for the sports books. You want to see a line draw two-way action. You're going to get pounded on parlays with Ronda Rousey. And again, we're going to draw some straight action on Miesha Tate here. But I do agree with Brad. I think stylistically it's just a horrible matchup for Miesha Tate. Is there any value at laying 800? I don't think so, though. I mean, it's one of those situations, honestly, in my opinion, that you just pass. There's so many other fights that have better numbers on this card and future cards. Why bet this one?
So in a fight like this, where Rousey is such a hyped fighter, but the line is, you're either taking a dog that has apparently no chance, or ostensibly no chance, or a favorite where you have to lay such huge odds, is the action still pretty healthy, or is it a little bit down?
No, it'll be pretty healthy. I mean, there's so many people out there just believe that Ronda, I mean, she's such above everybody else out there that she's almost invincible. Now, is that a mistake? Possibly. I mean, she's had a lot of background issues. I mean, the movie stuff that's going on, of course, the reality show bringing on a little bit more pressure possibly. So mentally, I'm not sure what Ronda Rousey is. Like I said, I just don't think it's a good idea laying that price. Now, is it tempting to bet the dog here either? For me, I'd just rather pass. I mean, obviously the sportsbooks are probably going to need Miesha Tate to come through to bust up some of those parlays with Ronda Rousey in NFL and in other sports as well. So that's the way we're going to go here. But, I mean, Ronda Rousey should win this fight, no doubt.
All right. And probably suffice to say, if Rousey does win, it'll probably be a small loser for the sportsbooks, but not a big deal at all.
Exactly. I would think so.
Right. Okay, Brad Taschuk, if you absolutely had to bet this fight, how would you bet it?
If I had to bet it, I think I would go with not Rousey in round 1. Okay. As Nick said, she does have some of those other issues or things coming into this fight that might be a little bit of a distraction, that we might not see the best Ronda Rousey, but at the same time, she really doesn't like Miesha Tate, so she's going to be motivated to get in there and beat her up a little bit. So if I had to bet it, I'd say not Rousey in round 1. Don't really want to take a side in this one at such high odds.
All right, guys, thanks for your input. I'm going to release an official play on this one. Ronda Rousey, minus 800. Thanks, guys.